Hey guys, Kid here of Burn One with a new update. We have gone ahead and started the Patreon page we were talking about earlier. This way, if you're interested in supporting our content, this gives you a direct way to support us. And then also with this, we'll be able to give a lot more back to you, the viewer, as well as, like we talked before, the main purpose is mostly using the income from the Patreon to start up basically a team and start sponsoring players and fly them out to English regionals. We do have a few people in mind already for that. They're people who have already shown that they are strong players, consistently placing in the top cut at English regionals, and also they, for the most part, also play the Japanese side of the game, which they'll be able to go to events for the Japanese side of the game as well, even though there's very little amount in America for it. But we can sponsor them that way. They can focus on the game and not worry about finances as far as getting their flight and everything like that, and a hotel stay and things like that. So with the Patreon, we have broken up into a few different tiers. Let's go through the tiers really quick. Tier 1 is basically, you have you want to show us your love basically, in that you enjoy our content. You get access only to all our Patreon only content. We're going to have some Patreon only content, and we're also going to be releasing videos early on the Patreon page, so our Patreons can get access to that before it goes live on YouTube. Next, tier 2 is you get everything from tier 1, which is the access to the content, but you also get automatic entry into all our giveaways. Currently, we do not plan to do a lot of giveaways in the future until we get more support. So if we get more support on Patreon and more views and everything like that, then we're going to focus a lot on just giving away more back to the community who helps us just be here and lets us do what we do. So with that, you'll get auto entry. That way you don't have to automatically enter yourself. If you're a patron from tier 2 or higher, you just automatically get put into every giveaway we do. So we're looking at giving away boxes and card game accessories like play mats and stuff like that. Tier 3 is all of that, plus you become eligible for pre-ordering booster boxes in English or Japanese at a reduced rate, which is at the time of this recording, where we have it set at $53 USD per box to a maximum of 8 boxes. All you have to do is pay for the box and pay for the shipping to wherever we'll ship, wherever in the world you are. We have it set up for extra boosters as well, which is going to be at 25 USD, and same thing, the maximum you can get of that is 15. We also have a reduced rate for playset pre-orders for Japanese and English. Japanese being $370 because of the new changes to the case structuring, and then the English playset pre-orders will be $360. And then those have a maximum of 1 you can order. Next, our final tier right now, we have a tier 4, which is $20 or more a month. Basically, you get everything except on this one, you get no maximum on pre-orders of anything, and the playset pre-orders do become a little bit cheaper. You're looking at about $350 USD for Japanese playset pre-orders and $340 for English set pre-orders. At the time of this recording, we don't really have a price set up for extra boosters. It's kind of going to be on a case-by-case basis. But yeah, so if you are interested in any of that and also want to support us, then you can go ahead and sign up on Patreon. I'll have the link in the description and on our page, and you'll probably start seeing it pop up everywhere. Really quick, we have currently 2 goals on our Patreon page. Like I said in the beginning, we're really looking to give back to the competitive community and start sponsoring players. So our first goal, at $100 per month, we're gonna sponsor 1 English JP player, and every season we'll at least fly them out to 1 regional besides their local regional. That way they can get at least minimum go to 2 regionals. Depending how much support we get, we'll start flying them out to other regionals as well. And then just so everyone understands too, if you read it on the page, we're mostly focusing as far as USA players. We might expand it more to the whole of North America if this grows bigger. But international flights do cost a lot of money, and through the Patreon, we're probably not going to actually make a lot of money through this, and so I'll probably end up having to put in some of my own money to be able to support these players. That way, I'm hoping that enough people do become Patreons, and then we can build up some cash or some capital for it through there over some time before we have to start flying these players out. On the first goal too, hitting the $100 goal does include travel vlogs, basically for the regionals and for our players that we do end up sponsoring. And most of that stuff will be available on Patreon as early access before we release it to YouTube. Our second goal, which is at $200 a month, we're looking at getting another player and possibly adding another staff member for video or writing articles. So at that point, we're going to start looking more into building a full-fledged site just for news and articles about the website, and a place for people to be able to find good content on competitive play in Weiss, since it seems like it's a really hard thing to find. And we're going to focus a lot on quality content instead of just dropping a lot of content all the time every day. So yeah, if you guys are interested in supporting Burn One, then you can go on over to www.patreon.com/burn1. You'll find it there and go from there. If this doesn't work out very well, we'll probably just end up shutting it down for a while and see how it goes, and hopefully the channel just grows more. And then we'll look at it again in the future to see if we want to reopen it, I guess. But yeah, thanks for sticking around, guys. I hope to see you in the next video.